Hello everyone! I'm so excited to welcome you to our video today. I can't wait to share some delightful stories about walnuts with you all. Let's dive in and have some fun together. Recently, I was preparing a delicious walnut pesto pasta for a family gathering when I discovered a shortage of walnuts. I had planned this dish for a special occasion to celebrate my partner Jake's birthday, and I wanted to impress our guests with something fresh and flavorful. Walnuts are such a fantastic ingredient. They're rich in healthy fats, protein, and antioxidants, making them stand out in the culinary world. In California, we often use walnuts in salads, baked goods, and even as a topping for various dishes. They're especially popular in the fall when people love to incorporate them into their seasonal recipes. When I realized I was out of walnuts, I had to think outside the box. Instead of simply substituting with another nut, I decided to create a sunflower seed pesto instead. It turned out to be a hit. Everyone loved the unique flavor, and it was a fun twist on the original dish.
That sounds amazing, Sarah. I love how you turned a challenge into a creative opportunity. What inspired you to choose sunflower seeds for your pesto?
Thank you, Emily. I've always loved sunflower seeds for their nutty flavor and versatility. They worked perfectly in the pesto.
I'm so impressed by your resourcefulness, Sarah. I've never thought of using sunflower seeds that way. Did you find it easy to adjust the recipe?
Yes, Maya, it was quite simple to adjust the recipe and the flavor was delightful.
I adore that you embraced creativity in the kitchen. What was the reaction from your guests when they tasted the new dish?
They were pleasantly surprised and loved the flavor. It sparked some great conversations around the table.
I think it's wonderful how you adapted to the situation, Sarah. Did you have any leftovers? And if so, how did you use them?
Yes, we had some leftovers, and I used them in a salad the next day. It was just as delicious. One important criterion for purchasing walnuts is freshness. Fresh walnuts have a much better flavor and texture. I usually buy them in the fall when they're freshly harvested, and I love using them in my holiday baking.
I completely agree, Sarah. Freshness is key. I often buy walnuts from local farmers markets in Washington, especially for my baked goods. It's important to check the packaging date to ensure they're fresh. Yes, and I'd like to add that sourcing is crucial too. I always look for walnuts that are locally sourced in Florida. It supports local farmers and ensures quality. I use them in my granola bars, and they add such a nice crunch.
I think we should also consider the size of the walnuts. Larger walnuts tend to have a richer flavor. I often buy them from my gourmet dishes in New York, and I always check for size when selecting them. It makes a difference in presentation too.
That's a great point, Chloe. I'd like to emphasize the importance of organic walnuts. I'd always choose organic options for my family's health, especially since I use them in my salads and snacks in Texas. It's essential to avoid pesticides.
While walnuts are fantastic, I often use pecans as an alternative. They're readily available in Washington and have a lovely sweetness. However, they don't quite match the nutritional profile of walnuts, which are richer in omega-3s. I love using cashews as an alternative in my dishes. They're creamy and versatile, but they lack the crunch that walnuts provide. I often use them in my sauces, but they don't have the same health benefits as walnuts.
Almonds are another great alternative. I use them in my baking, but they have a different flavor profile. Walnuts have that unique earthiness that almonds just can't replicate.
I often turn to sunflower seeds as well, especially in my salads. They're a great source of vitamin E, but they don't have the same richness as walnuts. I love how walnuts add depth to my dishes.
Wow, what an inspiring discussion we've had. We talked about my walnut pesto pasta, and everyone shared their thoughts on alternatives and purchasing criteria. Emily highlighted freshness, Meyer emphasized sourcing, Chloe discussed size, and Jennifer focused on organic options. I'm so grateful for all your creative ideas. Thank you all for joining us today. It's been a pleasure discussing walnuts and sharing our experiences. I encourage everyone to try new ideas in the kitchen. Until next time, take care and happy cooking.